March 15, 2008. Uptown Manhattan, New York. 2:30 in the afternoon, a 250-foot tower crane collapsed during a routine jump. 7 people died, 6 construction workers crushed instantly, 1 civilian killed in his apartment. The boom and mast tore across 2 city blocks. This was not an accident. This was preventable. High-rise construction in New York City moves at breakneck speed. In 2008, a 43-story condominium was rising at 303 East 51st Street. The tower crane, a Favel Favco M440E, stood 250 feet tall with a 120-foot boom. It lifted concrete, rebar, and workers to dizzying heights. Under normal conditions, the crane was anchored to the building with lateral tie-ins every few floors. When the building grew taller, the crane had to be jumped. 4 new mast sections added and secured with a collar and tie beams. This was one of the most dangerous operations in construction. But the crane had been jumped many times before without issue. On this day, the rigging crew used polyester slings to hold the collar in place. No one realized the hidden risks already built into the system. The jump started early that morning. 4 new mast sections were added without problems. At 1:30 p.m., the crew began placing lateral tie beams on the 18th floor. Polyester slings, 4 of them, supported the heavy steel collar around the mast. The slings rested directly on sharp steel angles and column legs. No padding, no edge protection. The slings were never inspected for cuts or damage. By 2:15 p.m., the collar was in position, but not yet pinned. Tension built. A radio call warned of shifting load. At 2:30 p.m., the first sling failed. Then the second. The collar dropped. The entire upper mast lost lateral support. At 2:30 p.m., the mast sheared. The upper 150 feet of the crane somersaulted outward. The boom and counterweight crashed across 2 city blocks. Steel slammed into the apartment building across the street. Debris rained down on 51st Street. 7 people never had a chance. OSHA's investigation revealed 3 deadly layers of failure. First, equipment failure. The polyester slings were cut by sharp steel edges. No protective pads or corner protectors were used. The slings were never designed for this sharp V-shaped contact. Second, human error. Rigging procedures were not followed. The crew skipped manufacturer-recommended padding and inspection steps. Slings with visible damage were still in service. Third, management failure. No qualified rigger supervised the critical jump operation. Repetti Rigging Services failed to inspect slings before use. The general contractor allowed the jump without verifying tie-in procedures. Process safety management principles were ignored. Under 29 CFR 1926 Subpart CC, cranes and derricks in construction, multiple violations occurred: improper rigging, inadequate training, and failure to protect workers during high-risk crane assembly. 5 lessons every safety professional, OSHA 10 or OSHA 30 student, and rigger must live by. 1. Never place slings against sharp edges without protection. Use corner pads or sleeves. It's required under 29 CFR 1926.1413. 2. Inspect every sling before every lift. Reject any with cuts, snags, or UV damage, no exceptions. 3. Only qualified riggers perform crane jumps and tie-ins. 1926 Subpart CC demands it 1 mistake at 250 feet is fatal. 4. Treat crane jumps like critical lifts. Full engineering review, written procedures, and stop work authority for every jump. 5. Management must own crane safety culture. Production pressure cannot override 29 CFR 1926.1400. Track near misses. Verify every rigging plan. 7 people never made it home that day. Their names are a permanent warning on American job sites. The 2008 Manhattan crane collapse did not happen because 1 sling broke. It happened because every layer of protection failed. In construction, refining, or any industry using cranes, safety is not optional. It is engineered into every lift, every jump, every day. What is one OSHA rigging rule you will never ignore again? Drop it in the comments below. If this breakdown gave you real-world lessons that could save lives on your site, hit like, subscribe to HSE Study, and turn on notifications. Next week, we decode another U.S. industrial disaster that changed the rules forever. Stay vigilant, stay safe.